Good, everybody, it's Mosley back with another lovely video today. I'm sorry I took so long to get another video out. I've been sick lately. I'm not a high school student anymore, which, congratulations, woo! So thankful for that, I'm not gonna lie. So much stress and, oh my god, everything is just lifted off of my back. It's how it feels, but lately, it's been hard to make another video, y'all. And not just because I've been pretty damn sick. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty sick, like physically and stuff. I just been like not doing too good, but I am okay. Don't be worrying. But lately I just been coming to a lot of epiphanies and realizations about self-improvement content as a whole and improvement as a whole. The way that I was viewing improvement before was in a lot of ways wrong, and it was in a lot of ways it was kind of detrimental to my mental health in a way. I was viewing it in such a way that any amount of immaturity that I am expressing or that I see around me is ultimately like despised and hated because of, what I watched and everything. I've watched a lot of self-improvement content, and I feel like a lot of it comes from a place of how those people are expressing their own lives, the things that you usually say and do in those videos and everything align to what is best for them. And that's all good. That's all good for them. But for a lot of people, I feel like, especially people that watch those channels, watch that content, indulge in it, perhaps because I know I did. I know I indulged in it. But people that have particularly been through a rare or just an unnormal amount of trauma compared to the normal person, it is a lot more difficult to apply like 90% of what these self-improvement content creators are actually saying and the advice that they're giving. It is so much harder for these people that, some of them don't even realize like how much they've truly been through, that kind of prevents a lot of the things that those people were saying. And in reality, y'all, immaturity and maturity is like yin and yang. You cannot have one without the other. There's never going to be a certain moment in life where a human that was broken is somehow now fixed. You are never going to be fixed. I'm never going to be fixed. That's just the reality of it. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like the closer we get to understanding that we will forever be imperfect, and that there is no highest point of knowledge, there's no highest point of maturity, there's no highest point of this spiritual wisdom, blah, blah, blah. There is no highest point to reach. There's no time to end. There's no time to sit back and relax and be like, oh, this is it. This is all there is to experience. That does not exist. I'll be for real with y'all. When I was like indulging in that content, I simultaneously was so above where I thought I was, but also so below where I thought I was because of, how I be saying in my videos, y'all, like, take my advice with a grain of salt, right? A lot of these self-improvement content creators fail to get something like that across. They fail to get a message like that across, where you shouldn't necessarily be like taking in every single last bit of information that they're spewing out and applying that to your daily life. Because personally, I tried to do that during the end of high school, and where that got me was not fun. I experienced a lot of pain for it and a lot of hate towards myself unknowingly, because I was so masked and disguised by the advice that I have learned and the content that I was watching, that I didn't even think that it was possible to hate myself because of what I was intaking every day, what I was applying to my day-to-day life. But in reality, y'all, life is not about improvement. life is not about improving constantly doing this to that to improve to get to the next this and that. You know what I mean? For some people, they feel more comfortable with living a way like that. But that's not how it is for everybody, and that's not how it should be for everybody. That's the thing with self-improvement content. A lot of it can have, I feel like, a lot of unknown desires in a way behind it. Whether it comes to the content that they're making and pushing out and the revenue they get from that, or the support or whatever they get out of that. It can be... Here's the thing about self-improvement content. If these people are portraying themselves as this force of light and that they are all yin, they are all light, they are all yin, that's not possible, because everything in this world is balanced. Everything in this world is a little yin and a little yang. You cannot be all yin, you cannot be all yang. That is factual. And these people that are trying to portray themselves as some kind of, I don't want to say messiah or anything like that, but some kind of just elevated human or something like that, that is just constantly every day appreciating in the present moment, doing what you can now, doing this, doing that, doing this. It's not realistic. And it's especially not realistic for people who have been through severe amounts of trauma, rare trauma, anything like that. It's not realistic to these people who have these real mental conditions that are genuinely trying to improve and get better with their own mental conditions, not realizing that what they are watching is honestly sending them down a pit of thinking that they are somewhere that they're not, and then having that tower crumble before their eyes, and maybe even get to a point where they're even more depressed than they were before. They're even more mentally scarred or hurt than they were before. So I personally don't stand by that, and I'm sorry if any of my content in the past has appeared as if I am trying to get this certain message across and that I'm all yin, I'm all this, I'm all that, because it's just not true. I don't think that I personally have gone out of the way, because I know I be saying in every video, like, take it with a grain of salt, like, you don't have to apply this knowledge. But a lot of the self-improvement content creators, they fail to do that. They fail to realize the importance behind the existence of immaturity. And they fail to realize that forcing any growth like that, forcing any change like that, is going to get you nowhere. And that life, like I said before, is not all about improvement. It's about living. It's about experiencing. It's about learning new things. It's not just about constantly going in this straightforward direction, getting this done, getting that done, getting this done. There needs to be points where we're not only living and enjoying life, there also needs to be points where, like they tend to mention, where we are reflecting internally, and that we're not looking for these external sources to gain all of this knowledge from for ourselves, and and indulge in that. It's not always about that, y'all. You know what I mean? And going on from this video on, my videos, they're gonna change a lot. I'm planning on doing time lapses as soon as possible for my art. I'm gonna incorporate the last piano recording that I recorded of the school year at the end of today's video for y'all to listen to that. But in general, the advice, the philosophy that I was preaching in my last videos is not all aligned to where I am now and how I view myself, how I view the world now. And that doesn't mean that everything that I say in my older videos is wrong or bad. If y'all can genuinely get some good advice and anything out of those videos, then please do so. But please take it with a grain of salt. Please do not put your full heart and soul and everything into applying all of the knowledge that I portray in these videos, or that anybody on this YouTube channel platform portrays. Do not do that, please. Please look internally and realize what you need for yourself, where you are in your life, and formulate your own advice for yourself. Formulate your own, opinions on things or whatever, your own morals, your own this and that. Don't search so much externally for that as if these people know more than you, because they don't know more than you. I don't know more than you. I don't. I can say that for a fact. I don't know more than you. I'm probably just as immature or mature as you. Balanced, whatever. I'm probably just as you. So please don't be worrying about that. And please don't be worrying about so much about improving this now, improving that, doing that. You know what I mean? If you are going to improve it all for the better for yourself, it will come naturally. And it will be something that you feel as though you can embrace and that you are allowed to embrace, and not something that you have to force an embrace or a change or anything like that. You should not force any growth or improvement. It will get you nowhere but building a tower that is built upon an unstable foundation, which means that that tower will inevitably crumble. Whether that's through the lightning striking it, whether that's from placing one brick wrong, whether that's from making one mistake and accidentally falling off the tower and you land on something and it just sets the whole thing in a flames. Who fucking knows? You know what I mean? Either way, you cannot build a tower on unstable ground. It will inevitably crumble. And what that means is just don't force life. Do not force life. Live life. Flow with life. But not in the regards that, you know, there's no willpower behind what you're doing. There's no determination. Of course, like, a lot of the people, like, that make this self-improvement content, they touch on a lot of important things with nurturing yourself, understanding yourself, being in the present moment. What they fail to acknowledge is that we cannot always do that as humans. We're not perfect enough for that. We're not meant to be perfect enough for that. We can't always be in that state of mind where we're constantly in the present moment, constantly doing this, constantly doing that. There's going to be moments where we reflect on our past and it may hurt us. It just may hurt us depending on what we have been through, depending on what we've, you know, done in our lives. It may just hurt us to have those reflection moments, and it may not just be something where I'm looking back, oh, I see what I can do, what about all of that do I value the most, what about it contributes to me now, blah, blah. You're not always going to be able to think 100% logically about all that, especially if you're like me, a more emotional person, naturally, just a more emotional and spiritual person. I literally have had to naturally find ways to build logic within me because I've never really been much of a logical person, right? And I've come a very far way, and I'm very proud of myself for where I am, and that I'm deciding to change this channel around too, because it's much needed, I'm not gonna lie. This channel would have gone down a very bad spiral if I weren't to have made this video how I am now, and if I weren't to have made the decision to take a break for my own mental health and realize what I need for myself and realize that I need to look internally, right? Y'all, I love you so much though, regardless, whether or not you agree with this or not. You know, because some of you may not. Some of you may, some of you may watch the self-improvement content and you feel more rejuvenated and more mature and yourself more than you ever have before. And if that's the case, then keep doing what you're doing, you know. Keep being who you are. Keep watching what you watch. But keep in mind that a lot of this stuff needs to be looked within. It needs to be looked internally with. It needs to be something that's realized within yourself, for yourself, and for nothing else, you know. So, even if that is the case, I'm very grateful that these channels are out here and that they actually are contributing to something large, because they are. You know, a lot of people, especially people who have not, like I said earlier, been through a lot of extensive or rare trauma, you know, a lot of those people can get a lot of good advice out of those channels and everything. But we are human, and life is constantly going to be throwing us experiences that prove time and time again how imperfect we are. I don't know if I mentioned that in my last video, the Mr. Rogers quote or something, but yeah, that's always going to happen. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, it's going to keep happening. We are not perfect, and if we start to think we're perfect, your life is going to be like, oh, we're going to show you something, and then you're going to be like, oh, wait, I'm changing, my whole perception of myself has changed, and the world around me has changed. Trust me, I've gotten to that point. I don't even know how many times. Too many times to count on my fingers. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. And it's because I was valuing that self-improvement content and that improvement aspect of life more than I was valuing living and just existing and just appreciating what I can and not forcing appreciation. Because to force appreciation is kind of to do the opposite of appreciating, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go too far into depths with that one. If you get anything out of that one, then you do. If you don't, then you don't. But that's how I feel about it, y'all. And anyways, since I'm not a high school student anymore, I've just been so free. I changed my room around a little bit. I did a lot of things for myself that I just been stepping up the care for myself naturally. It's not something that I'm forcing, because when I was in school, when I was watching this content, all of the self-love that I was giving myself and care, it was all forced. It was all something that I felt as if I needed to do. I needed to force this. I needed to feel this way. That is not the right way to look at it, y'all. Not the right way. And if these channels are out here and they have some unnecessary bias in their channel that may help them with their advice, but it's personally making you feel, making you down, making you feel as though you need to do this, you need to force this, you need to do that, or making you feel dysphoric in any way, pull out the motherfucking diamond sword and chop these mugs away. Ding, 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 ding. Get them away, bruh. Get them out of here, bruh, because they don't belong in your journey for yourself, you know what I mean? Because, of course, some of these channels, they can be good for you. They can be good advice. They can be a good thing to ground yourself in reality. And they can be advice that you can genuinely apply to your life. But a lot of this advice, hella biased. And a lot of this advice applies to those people that are giving it. And not really many people else, unless people are very similar. You know what I mean? With that being said, every single person is different, y'all. Every single person's different. And that's always how it's going to be on Earth. That's always how it's going to be in this universe, y'all. So it's about time to accept it. We're not perfect, and all of us are different. Boom. Boom, y'all. Get it? Boom, boom, boom. Shing, shing. Immaturity and maturity is a balance, y'all. It's a balance. I am not a fully mature person. As you can see, I'm swinging around a Minecraft sword, bro. You know what I mean? But, with that being said, embrace living. Don't really focus so much on the sides of, oh, I'm being too mature, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Shing, 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 shing. That's me cutting those thoughts out of your head. Shing, 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 shing. Of course you are awareness. Of course you are not your thoughts, because you're not. You are not all of your thoughts. You are awareness. However, we're imperfect as fuck. If you get to a point where you're not in the present moment, and you are in your thoughts, and you are thinking that your thoughts are you, it's gonna happen. It's natural. We're human. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe one day you will get to a point where you are in the present moment more than usual, more than normal. But I feel like there's always gonna be moments, where we lose track of that a little bit. That's life, y'all. Learn to accept it. Learn to be with it. Learn to just be yourself and find your own advice. You know what I mean? Got my Minecraft sword. I'm swinging it around, y'all. Bruh, I gotta show y'all something. Look at my comic book shorts, bruh. I know the shirt don't fit, but I just wanted to wear the shirt. My comic book shorts, bruh. You know what I mean? Shing, shing, shing. Shing. I got y'all with the diamond sword. Alright, hold up. I'm gonna show y'all my room real quick. Look at all this, though. I changed this up. I got my record player right there now, right? Got all my pictures hung up right there. All the drawings people made for me over the school year. Yup, yeah. And this is my desk setup now. I got all my pens. I know I got hella pens, bro. This is my setup now, though, y'all, with the window and everything. It's quite nice, bro. There's the mirror, yeah. And then over here, got my little altar with all my crystals and stuff. And bones and stuff, got it all right there. And the altar isn't for any specific, like, god or deity or anything like that. I kind of just make it for myself and my own expression and my own manifestation in a way. It's something that I believe in, and that's what matters. I'm not gonna lie, because I believe in him. That's what I do. Yep. Anyways, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. My nose all crusty and shit. I've been sick as hell lately. I'm sorry about that, y'all. My nose hella crusty because I'm a human being. Guess what, y'all? I'm a human being, and I got mucus in my motherfucking nose. I got mucus in my body. I got blood in my body. I got organs in my body go, oy, oy, oy. You know what I mean? We are human beings, and that's something that we should never lose track of. We are imperfect as fuck. Imperfect as fuck. Get it through your head, y'all. Get it through your head. Anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope that y'all got a little laugh out of it. I don't know. I think I'm quite the silly individual. Who knows, though? Who knows? But, I'm literally gonna start calling y'all, prepare for the next video, I'm literally gonna start calling y'all bugs. Here's why. Here is why. Alright, I'm gonna start calling everybody bugs. I'm gonna go up to people and say, what's good, bug? Do you wanna know why? Because bugs, there's such an unimaginable mystery behind bugs. There's a beauty that is very unforeseen about bugs. You know what I mean? And to society, bugs are largely either ignored or repressed or hated or we don't like them. In reality, though, bugs exist and they all have their individual purpose. They all have their individual mission, just like every one of y'all. That's why y'all the bugs. That's why y'all the bugs. You know what I mean? I'm a bug too. Don't worry about it. I'm a praying mantis. Best believe I'm a praying mantis. But y'all, let me know in the comments below, what bug do you think you are? What kind of bug do you think you are? Is you an ant? Is you a roach, bro? Is you a caterpillar? Is you a butterfly? What is you? Moth? I don't fucking know. What kind of bug are you, y'all? What kind of bug are you? Anyways, I'm gonna start figuring out how to do the time lapse. I have no idea how the fuck to do that right now, though. I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. And then y'all can see my drawing techniques and be like, damn, he gentle with it. He gentle. What the hell? Anyways, y'all have a good rest of the day. I appreciate you. And I'm proud of you because you were here right now and you're alive. And you were yourself and you were alive, and that's what counts. So choose to live. Best believe it, y'all. I appreciate you. Peace. Best believe it, y'all. We have to get one more recording, man. I'm gonna flow with my soul today. Mm-hmm.